Welcome to the video everyone, and today we'll talk about some Dart concept part 2. In this video we'll start from where we left, so let's get started. Sorry for that. What is the next is we have now we need to understand mixins. Okay, so mixins are more like you don't need to get extra, you just get the extra power. Let's say I have a spacecraft, we got the orbiter, so let me create one mixin for us. What does mixin look like? So you need to define a mixin. I call it mixin. Let's say autopilot, or say piloted by, sorry for the wrong spellings, piloted. In this we can declare variables. Let's say int number of pilot. Mixins can give you feature whether you want, wherever you want. So let's say a piloted. Okay, we have piloted mixin. We have number of variable force. Okay, and we can say void details. We get a method because our mixin can hold number of variables and also some methods you want to declare. And that inside of that I will create a print. Let's say number of pilots in spacecraft. Okay, so we have mixin. How to use a mixin? You can't call a mixin directly. It must be like it must be implemented or used with a class. So see, a class orbiter extends spacecraft, no problem. But if you want to use this code, or you want to put this detail inside of this, into keyword with piloted. Yeah, okay, piloted. Okay, sorry for the noise. Let's get back where we were. Okay, so we have created a mixin with a very default as a very basic variable, integer variable that holding value 4 method. And to use this mixin you can't directly make an object of this, because mixins are helpful when we want to get some methods, some variables in anywhere. Like, since see, if we want some properties or methods from the spacecraft class, you need to inherit it, or I say extend it, extend spacecraft. But to get the properties or methods from the mixin, you can just use with piloted and it will be accessible anywhere you want. It does not need to follow any hierarchy. You can break this, use anywhere. Most probably we will use the extend keyword a lot, so be prepared for this. And now after this, if I go here, here I will comment this one. I will write where, let's say orbiter, sorry for that. I will say where orbiter equal, I call it orbiter. Okay, I commented it out, sorry for that. Orbiter, and I pass the name in here. Let's pass sp065. sp065. Okay, so I logged it out. 065. Okay, and now I just call it orbiter dot RC. I have name, number of pilot that I haven't created inside the orbiter. I'm getting with the help of Mixin. Okay, but I need details. I get script for details. This is a message from the Mixin itself. So I am not getting any code from here. Okay, so I want a code from the piloted or a Mixin. So just call that method. I will just use this one, delete details, and semicolon. See, child class number of parent as well 4, but easily we can access mixin. This is a very quite powerful concept. You must need to understand it. If you find doubts, comment it out. I will help you more. Okay, moving to the next, we have no more time left. So classes, inheritance, import, mixins we have done. Let's get from first here async. Okay, I like this topic a lot. So what does async mean? Let's say, because when we make a call, or say I want data from the internet, from database, so there's no time. Like you can't decide the time, that how much time will take to get the data, certain data from the database or from the internet. So there is a way you can tell it's a future. It's a very good future. It's a very good future. And what does it future will give? I will say get print me, print my name, print name. Simple as that. So for now, we'll just mimic the data, because I'm not gonna cover the network section here now. So what we can do, they say this function print name will print my name. This function will print my name, but there is a thing. I say Devank. Okay, very basic one. You can most reason why I mean using this feature keyword. See, so I'm telling this print function will print my name, but after 5 seconds, after 2 seconds. So to do the 2 second, we need to tell it future. It's a future, and we also need to tell after the future is complete, what will it return. So you can't tell it directly that there's a future void integer. So you use a generic method or generic way, like you use this angle brackets. Inside of this you put the type. So I say void, it will return nothing. Okay, for now it's saying, okay, this, even if you declare this a for future void, it is not returning anything. Okay, so what I can do, I will just say what was that, future dot delayed. Okay, and inside of that I will say duration of seconds, I want only 5 seconds, and semicolon. Okay, and for now I will return null, because that's what we're setting anyway. Okay, it's want is it not getting anything at all. Okay, so let's see what is we can do. Remember that adding an on throw a statement that ends. Okay, 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 okay. So let's do this part. Okay, return. So not asking for return to me, but let's see. Return one. Now it's getting me here that can't return future wide. Okay, print name. It's not do the thing. It will not do the thing. Okay, it's now getting my now. For now, let's say that this will return integer, and it will return from here integer, return integer one. Now what it says, this is okay. Okay, understood. Okay, I got this. I got this. It's sometimes take my time. Okay, so here, since we're declaring as a integer of the future, it will be void, and also we need to tell this asynchronous function. Okay, async function means this function can handle asynchronous tasks. That means it will not halt or stop our code from running, but in another thread it will just wait for the 5 seconds, or I say mimicking a network call. Okay, network call, or I say background work, like saving data out, retrieving data. Okay, background work, and after 5 seconds it will print my name. It is asynchronous, means it's safe to use because it will not stop our code. Let me just show you. I have created an object, this whole thing. Now I will call my method, oh sorry, a function, get, sorry, print name, and put the semicolon here. Done. I run this. See, it's waiting, still waiting for 5 seconds. Now it's done. As you can see, it's waited for that. It's waited. And now, as you can see, what we can see, that my name got printed first, but still this delayed always waited. So what if you want to control the location, that you want that first network call should be done, then you want to do this, you can put a await keyword, future, sorry, future. Okay, now now what does this do? It's you declare that a future will nothing but a function, and this function is asynchronous. And we also have some big work, big task that is done in 5 seconds, but you don't want to run the code after that time. So what you did, you just await, like wait. First, this feature will be completed, then you can do the other task. Like you are waiting for the data, either you get the data or not the data, blank, null, something, the records you want from the database, and you want to print the database after that. So we are running this await code. Now if we run, okay, now if we run this line, see, 2 3 lines are running. We still waiting for my name. Now it's run. So that's the power of the await keyword. So we will use a lot async and await. I hope you guys have a clear idea what does async does and await does. Okay. Now to go on for the level, the last topic we need to cover for you guys is interface and abstract. So by default, every class is in Dart, no, specifically in Dart language, is interface. Like they are already been as interface, like they are implementing a certain specific class called object. Okay, but so for now, what does abstract class do? So if we are defining some behavior, like say I am defining a class, let's say pilot. Okay, inside of this class can have a const variable, let's say name pilot name equal page 01. Okay, we don't need this thing. So done this, we have some final name. We can declare a method that will say void role, describe. Okay, describe, because random name is kind of hard to think. Okay, this, now what? Okay, I declared the class. Okay, okay, okay. Abstract. See, to create an abstract class, you need to put an abstract keyword. ABSTRCT. What is happening? Why it is not working anyway? Okay, got it. Got this. Got this. Got this. Got this. Got this. So we need to declare this abstract. Okay, why it is not happening? Let me just quick fix. Sometime I will not organic computer body. Am I doing something wrong? So let it check from in here. What am I doing wrong? Let's go on interfaces in this section. So first we create okay, abstract keyword comes before this thing. Okay, because I don't really use these classes, because if you work on a big project then you can put to that limit. Okay, so let me just unfold it. I put abstract keyword here. Now if I don't create this body, so any class that implements or use my this abstract class need to describe this method, otherwise it will always be an error. Okay, so let me just create a class for you guys. So let's say class, I have a pilot named Luna, and it implements. Now you abstract class can't be extended, it need to be implement, because now you need to implement all the method that been described. Okay, that been described here. I will say pilot. Okay, this one, now it's getting a red line. It's saying that missing implementation of that class pilot, describe role b1. You can just click on here, it will create two missing words. Okay? Describe role and string dot get pilot name. Okay, so what does it say? That you need to create a method that will be working with user the pilot name, and also you need to describe this. So I go here and I say print. Okay, and for here I will say name followed by dollars braces, and inside of that I will do this, and I can say this dot pilot name. In here I can also do this dot file name. It's done. We can remove this kind of what to say comments, and as you can see we are seeing this weird thing. It's called annotation. Like, it is used to tell the compiler of the Dart that this method and this getter is will be overridden when this code runs for the abstract class pilot. So that's we are doing. If I run now, okay, it will wait for 5 seconds. Sorry for that. Okay, I haven't called this method yet, so it will not make any change. And I will go top at this top of the code. Now I have lots of code here. I will also comment this one thing. Let's not comment, let's comment this one because it's taking 5 seconds more. Let's make a Luna, and this we can directly, if you don't want to use this variable, we can make a directly class call. I say constructor call. Just declare a class name with brackets followed by its method we want to use. I will say describe role and full stop. Okay, what's lots of error? What happened? What does it does? What does it do? Okay, that method I haven't done it. Unexpected call. Lots of calls we got. This getter. I think it's a class topic. I think. Yes, I am doing something wrong in class. Oh, no, let's remove this variable. I don't know why, but it works fine here. Yes, it does. I see in this fine, working this fine. We have declared a variable. Let's not get a variable in here. Okay, let's remove this variable in from here. I don't know why, but oh, coming. Let's remove this. Okay, okay. Yes, okay, okay. This variable from here, and this is done. Okay, I hope so. It's now it's make any error. I have made a simple dot describe rule and with the followed by same one. Okay, now it's fine. So that's all for me. I will look into the what's the error here. So, and with these and our topics, I have some bonus. Yes, I forgot, but I will give you a bonus on this. So we will see a bonus part, the bonus dart. Let's get a new file. Okay, and in this we just need to have a main entry point to run our dart code. And with this, we will talk about enums. What are enums? Okay, enums are similar to the type. Let me show you. How can I tell you this? So enum is has a prefix or keyword of enum. It denotes that we are creating some specific and constant values. Like say, we are creating a named enum planet type. In this, we are defining few values. Now after that, we can directly access them, and there's a reason why we get this kind of data type or this kind of value. When we knew that we already only gonna have only one value, then we will use enums. Okay, enum means enumeration, like you just defining some values that can be used in later up in our code. Okay, so let's get another. So since it's the planet type, so we will create a Pokemon, and not the Pokemon itself, but just the names. So I say Pokemon, okay, and get angry, something like this. Okay, now expecting us to have some at least one enum constant. So I will say we have a Pikachu, very popular name. If you guys you don't know Pokemon, so my bad, but still I am trying to be funny. Okay, and Charizard. I hope I am not writing bad spellings. Okay, and we take one more. Let's go with two only. So we have a Pokemon set or Pokédex. Let's call it Pokédex. Okay, and I have created two constant values, Pikachu and Charizard. So these are the constant, means it cannot be changed, but since it's constant, we are sure that it will not change in our letter code. Okay, so for now I will just ask that let's create some values. I say ask my first Pokemon, some few variables we need to perform some operations. Okay, equal, and I say Pokemon. See, even though our VS Code is suggesting us with this snippet, I click on this tab and dot. Do you want Charizard or Pokemon Pikachu? So I will go with Pikachu. Quite popular for this. Okay. Now we have a Pikachu, and I say where friend Pokemon, my friend Pokemon. Okay, equal, and I say Pokédex dot Charizard. Okay. Now we perform our very simple operations like can we compare them? Yes, it is. So if I compare first Pokemon equal to my friend Pokemon, this true or not? If I run the code, as you can see, okay, sit tight. Okay, it says false. It not. Okay, this is a very basic enumeration. And to make it more featureful, like if you want to create some features, so we can treat it as a class. Just we recently learned about in my previous video. So if I go like this, made like this, okay, and add some features like, so first I will add some properties. Let's say final, and call it string, and I will say name. Pikachu or the Pikachu what we name कहते हैं. So let's say skill and final. Let's go with one property only. A final string. Let's go with bool trained. Uh, okay. I will just select them using my VS Code specialty. I will click on the stars and I will say, oh, it's not showing anyway. Okay. Now issues. What happened? Is this angry? Okay, fix. Okay, not AI. I don't need AI. I don't need. I close. Thank you. Okay. So in here, I need to create a constructor for the constructor. So I'll just say, let me check once if I'm doing right or wrong. Yes, we need to create a constructor. Okay. So const Pokédex Pokemon Dex and this and this. Okay. Okay, we need to define inside of this. Yes. Required this dot. Something is not right. Yes, I am hoping. Did I do something bad? I think so. It's a start of the bracket and end of the bracket. That's okay. Why it's showing red and fall? Okay. Okay, let's create that and we will see what happening here. Skill required this dot and trained. Okay, then put the semicolon here. And now since we have given these properties, we need to tell it's in here. So just start with the bracket, put comma in here, and same for go this one, comma in here. I first need to pass this one. So I will say lightning ball, thunder attack. Do I need to pass a keyword to skill? Do can be yes, we can. So thunder, trained. So I pass through. Expected to find. Oh, expected to find. Whenever I write something, it's just make not sense to me sometimes. Pokemon Dex. Okay, okay. Enum planet. I am making this right and correct and with no issues at all. Okay. I need to put semicolon on the end. Now it's okay. Same. Good, good. Skill. I say flamethrower. Uh, I just want to show the how powerful can it be. False. Okay. Now I will create a one getter. So I will say get. I will say yes. Get string. Get a getter. Get strong Pokemon. Yes. If it's when it will be strong Pokemon. Strong Pokemon. Kahoga. When were when certain Pokemon. I will say Pokédex Pokemon. If Pokédex Pokemon dot um okay, so I can say skill dot length is must be greater than 0 and so let's say and as a strong Pokemon. Otherwise, need good training. So now since we have all the details, now I can access very easily. First it will be the same. Now I will try to print out my print and I will say my Pokemon, my friend Pokemon dot. I will say just go for it. I will say is strong. Now it makes sense because when we get a getter, it should be sound like that we are getting something. Is strong. I will checking this out if my data is strong or not. And make it run and the output is nowhere to be seen. No output. Oh. So let's go with old style. Okay. I say dart dart my file name. Look false and need a good training. But why? Because when I get this now, see my Charizard is has some skill but not trained yet. So that's about the enum. You can go in here find out more in here. But see you in the guide next video. And I hope I have did my best to tell you about the Dart. It's a very quiet and powerful language. We will use it a lot in the upcoming videos. So see you.